Welcome to Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, the #1 podcast and resource for Black entrepreneurs. I'm your host, Jay Jones, and Black Entrepreneur Blueprint was created specifically to educate and inspire Black entrepreneurs to launch, build, and grow successful, sustainable businesses. Join us as we help build an economic power base in the worldwide Black community by building and supporting Black-owned businesses. If you're currently an entrepreneur or want to be an entrepreneur, you're invited to join us each and every week here at Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Welcome to the BEB family and get ready to elevate your entrepreneur IQ. Welcome to the Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, episode number 451. I'm your host, Jay Jones, and today we have another outstanding and informative show in store for you. Today's show topic is the #1 reason why most entrepreneurs are not successful. The #1 reason why most entrepreneurs are not successful. Now, as an entrepreneur, the objective is to build a profitable and successful business that can change your life and the lives of your family. Unfortunately, there are many obstacles that can stop you from reaching that goal. Now, on today's show, I'm going to talk about and discuss and dissect the #1 reason why entrepreneurs aren't successful, and I'm going to give you some strategies to help you solve that problem. Now, before we get to today's content, let me just share a few things with the Black Entrepreneur Blueprint family. First and foremost, I want to welcome all first-time listeners to Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Welcome to the BEB family. Please stick around until the end of today's broadcast, and I'm going to share all my social media contact information and resource links, such as the link to my latest book, A New Black Wall Street, Circulating the Black Dollar Worldwide by Building Successful E-Commerce Businesses. Also, don't forget BEBacademy.com, which is our online learning portal. Get 3 days free access to the Academy. Just go to BEBacademy.com. We have all types of online resources, such as master classes, online courses, PDF resources, and downloads, and a whole lot of other information to help you build and grow a successful, sustainable business. And lastly, but definitely not least, I told you guys at the end of 2022 that I want 2023 to be able to provide the most impactful content that I can to help you move from point A to point B. So I want to invite you to check out a short video at mylifestyletransformation.com, mylifestyletransformation.com. And it's really a short video where I'm telling the story, and I'm going to give you an opportunity, if you want to transform your business and your lifestyle, an opportunity to move forward and work with me directly. So go to mylifestyletransformation.com. It's no salesy video or nothing like that. It's really me telling the story and providing an opportunity. Go to mylifestyletransformation.com. Let me know what you think. Now let's jump into today's content. And we're talking about the #1 reason why most entrepreneurs are not successful. Now, after I give you the answer to this, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about some of the reasons why you're not successful, and we're going to give you some solutions to help move through this problem. But the answer is the #1 reason why most entrepreneurs are not successful is because you're not doing what you were designed to do. You're not doing what you were designed to do. So somewhere along the road, you lost your directions. Or it could be the case where you never took the time to understand what your direction is. I've talked to so many entrepreneurs and prospective entrepreneurs, and they cannot tell me what they are designed to do. And not just on an entrepreneurial platform, I'm talking about in life in general. What is your purpose? And so if you don't have that, it's hard to be successful as an entrepreneur, because you have to be able to tap in mentally and understand what you are designed to do. Okay. So you see, guys, I want to liken entrepreneur success with like climbing a mountain. Climbing a mountain, though, with treasure on the top of that mountain. The problem is most people are climbing the wrong mountain and killing themselves. And when they get to the top of the mountain to look at the treasure, it's the wrong treasure chest. Okay. So you do all of this work and the treasure at the top of the mountain isn't what you wanted at all. So I want to tell you a little story, and then we're going to break this down. Many years ago, after the financial crash of 2008, I had a mortgage business, a very successful mortgage business, doing hundreds of thousands of dollars a month in revenue, millions of dollars a year, 50 employees, doing tons of loans. Life was great. Financial crash in 2008 came. That basically shut everything down. So I almost lost it all. And I'm talking about what am I going to do now? So I got a call from a person that I knew that worked at Wells Fargo Advisors. This is their financial advisor program, not the bank, but the financial advisor, like stockbroker portion of Wells Fargo. And what they said was, hey, we have a great opportunity for a mortgage specialist to go and market mortgages to the Wells Fargo advisor clients. And these are high net worth clients. And since you had your own mortgage business, we think this would be a great opportunity for you. So at this point in time, I'm trying to regroup. The business collapsed. My house is in foreclosure. One of my cars is almost getting repoed. I'm pretty much almost losing it all. So I said, all right, I need to do something to regroup. Let me go and interview for this position. So I interviewed for the job, and it came down to myself and another a young lady, and she actually got the position. But what happened was they liked me so much, and they saw in my background that I used to be a financial advisor for Merrill Lynch, many, many years ago after I got out of college. They were like, hey, we think you do great as a financial advisor. So at this time, I said, you know what? The base pay is all right, and I'd be studying for the Series 7 and 63 to take those again. I had already had them years ago, but I let them expire. So now I said, you know what? Let me reset, recalibrate, and I accepted the offer. So the first 4 months, all I did when I went into the office was study for my Series 7 securities exam and my Series 63, and I think it was 63 or 65, I'm not sure. And I was studying. And so I'm going through this, and I'm like, okay, this is giving me time to think. I'm getting the salary, and I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to make a comeback. So now I take the exam, and I pass the exam. And about 2 weeks after I passed the exam, obviously they expect you to produce and make money and bring assets into Wells Fargo Advisors. And I started thinking to myself, what am I doing here? This is absolutely not what I want to do with my life. I'm an entrepreneur, and I have to figure out a way to get back to where I was or where I need to be. What was I designed to do? Okay, I was doing something that I wasn't designed to do. So I called the manager in. Well, I went into the manager's office, very nice guy. And I told him, I forgot his name. I said, dude, I'm climbing the wrong mountain. And he said, what are you talking about? You're doing great. We have great expectations for you. I said, I appreciate it. I said, but I'm climbing the wrong mountain because the treasure on top of this mountain is not what I want. And he said, what do you mean by that? I said, it's not about the money. I said, I'm not designed to do this anymore. At one point I was. Now there's something greater and bigger for me out there. And I said, I don't know exactly what it is, but I'm not going to bust my hump and climb this mountain and take the energy, the stress and everything it takes to climb a mountain. And when I get to the top, I'm not going to be happy with the treasure. So I said, thank you so much for the opportunity. I apologize for wasting your time, but I'm going to resign right now. Now, I'd already had the conversation with my wife, and I was telling her, I said, this isn't me. I'm doing something for the money when I'm not really doing what I'm designed to do. And I wanted to tell you that story because you need to make sure the mountain you're climbing is the mountain that has the right treasure on top. And the treasure doesn't necessarily just have to be money. We know as entrepreneurs, we obviously are in business to make money. But what is it going to cost you to get to the top of that mountain? And when you get to the top of the mountain, is that treasure, when you open that treasure chest, is that what you want out of life? And so as I started thinking about what my next moves were, I tried to figure out, what I liked, what I didn't like, and all of this good stuff. And what I came up with was the highest form of entrepreneurship is monetizing your genius. And your genius is the intersection between your passion and your talent. Your genius is something that you were designed to do. Everything that you have, and here's a quote that I always use: each person is already wired for success, and they possess all the tools they need if they know what they were designed to do. I'm going to repeat that, and I tell all of my coaching clients this all the time. Each person is already wired for success. You already have everything you need, and you possess all the tools they need if you know what you were designed to do. Okay? And that's a truism. Now, I'm not going to get into religion and spirituality and all that, but I believe that God gives us the tools necessary to do the job that he designed for us. Okay? That's my belief. We have everything that we need. Do you need to sharpen your tools? Obviously. Do you need to add to your toolbox? Of course you do. But innately, everybody is designed to do something. And the highest form of entrepreneurship is monetizing your genius. And once again, your genius is the intersection of your passion and your talents. And those things are what God has given you. He's given you your passions and he's given you your talents. The problem is most people don't know how to monetize it. And I'm going to bring this back. The number one reason why most entrepreneurs are not successful is because you're not doing what you were designed to do. You're chasing paper versus purpose. So that's what I was planning to do when I went to be a financial advisor for Wells Fargo Advisors. The only reason I was there was for the money. And I figured out before, thank goodness I got too deep in it, the mountain I was climbing it didn't have the treasure that I wanted on top. So first, I'm going to talk about why you're climbing the wrong mountain, and then I'm going to give you some solutions to help you get back on course. Now, 90% of the people that probably are listening to this are climbing the wrong mountain. Okay, ask yourself, are you doing what you were designed to do? If you're working at a job that you can't stand, you're not doing what you're designed to do. If you have a business that you started and you're in it just for the money and you don't really care about what you're doing or how you're impacting others, you're probably not doing what you're designed to do. If you're unfulfilled, you're probably not doing what you're designed to do. So let's talk about why you're climbing the wrong mountain. Number one, you might be chasing that shiny new business opportunity mountain that promises to make you rich. So your focus is solely on money. And it's so crazy. On my Instagram feed and all that stuff, you see all of these business opportunities. Oh yeah, do this and you can earn that. And there's so many of them. It's a plethora. You just get confused. It's a jumble of information. And we're looking at one shiny new business opportunity. Then we jump into the next one to the next one, when really our focus should be doing what we're designed to do. Another problem is you're looking to climb any mountain as long as the treasure chest is filled with money. You lack purpose. Okay, you're chasing the paper once again versus the purpose. All you're looking for is money. And trust me, I understand we need money. It's a tool for us to live. The more we have, the better or easier or the more opportunity that we have. But it's not the be all that ends all. The other reason why you're climbing the wrong mountain is you're climbing up somebody else's mountain because they were successful. So they got the treasure that they wanted, but you're following their dream and you're seeing how happy they are when that's not your dream. Okay? You're looking at your brother, your sister, your cousin, your aunt, a mentor, somebody else who's doing what they're designed to do, not what you're designed to do. They're doing what they're designed to do, and you're following them. You're climbing up their mountain. Oh man, Jay looks successful doing this. Let me try this. Oh, Bob looks successful doing this. Janet looks successful doing that. And all you're doing is looking at somebody else, but not really thinking about what are you designed to do. So you're following what somebody else is doing. Another reason why you're climbing the wrong mountain is you don't have any direction and are looking for a path of least resistance to make money. You're looking for a path of least resistance to make money. And I get it. Now, if you understand that's what you're doing, that's one thing. If you can go out and do something real quick to make some money, that's fine. But don't just do something to make the money. If there's an opportunity for a cash grab, You can go out there, hey, I'm going to grab this cash and start this business real quick. And then I'm going to take those funds and I'm going to parlay that into real estate investing, or I'm going to do whatever. If you're going to take that cash grab and parlay it into what you're designed to do, that's fine. Okay. But you need to make sure that you have direction as opposed to going to the path of least resistance just for the cash. All right. Another reason you may be climbing the wrong mountain is you don't know where your mountain is and what treasure you're looking for. Once again, you don't know where your mountain is and what treasure you're looking for. I ask all of my family members and friends, what's your purpose? What are you put here to do? And I'm telling you, 75 to 80% of them can't tell me. They know what they like, but what are you designed to do? Who are you here to serve? And that's what it's all about. It's about service. Who are you here to serve? What is your purpose being here? And it doesn't have to be something grandiose like I'm going to cure cancer. It could be that I'm going to be the best friend, neighbor, brother, sister, whatever. I'm going to help children. I'm going to create a daycare for parents that don't have a lot of money. Whatever your purpose is, what are you designed to do? Okay. And one of the other reasons why you're climbing the wrong mountain is you're not doing what you're designed to do because you don't know how to make a living from that. And that's what I talk about in Pinpoint and Monetize Your Genius. And once again, your genius is the intersection of your passion and your talent. Okay. It's your God-given gifts. Okay. And the problem is most people don't know how to monetize that. And so what we're talking about today, guys, is the number one reason why most entrepreneurs are not successful. This isn't going to be a long episode, but I want it to be an impactful episode. And the number one reason is you're not doing what you're designed to do. Every time there's something shiny that comes out, now the event space business is the best business to be in. I see all that type of stuff. Flipping houses is the best business to be in. E-commerce is the best business to be in. And what we're doing is, and you can make money doing all three of those things and much more. But the question is, what are you specifically designed to do? Okay, let's talk about some solutions. All right. So the first thing you want to think about is understand what you truly want out of life and out of your business. Okay. Now I put life in front of business because you should be building your business around your lifestyle. Understand what you truly want out of life and out of your business. So I knew after my mortgage business collapsed that I wanted freedom. I wanted flexibility. I wanted unlimited income. I knew I didn't want to go into the office. I didn't want to have employees, and I wanted to be able to do what I wanted to do when I wanted to do it with whoever I wanted to do it with and not have to worry about anything else. So solution number one, understand what you truly want out of your life and your business. Your business is supposed to provide you with your lifestyle. Okay. If your business isn't providing you with the lifestyle that you want, then you got to do some tweaking or you got to figure it out. So I've created what I called a Frankenstein business before. This is when I owned my alarm business. I created a business that I literally could not stand to go in. And it was all my fault because I'm the be all that ended all. It was my business. The culture was bad. I hired the wrong people. It was one of my first businesses with employees, and I had a whole lot to learn. And so I had employees that were fighting in there, verbally. Even one time it was a physical altercation outside after work between two employees, and it was a toxic atmosphere. Okay. So once again, your lifestyle should be supported by your business. Okay. And I had to understand that, I got to get out of this. So I was blessed to be able to sell the business and get out and move on. But solution number one, understand what you truly want. Solution number two, stay true to yourself and your dreams. Now, remember, your dreams were given to you. They weren't given to anybody else. They weren't given to your wife. They weren't given to your husband. They weren't given to your spouse or partner. They weren't given to your brother, sister, mother, father, aunt, uncles, cousins, relatives, or best friends. Stay true to yourself and your dreams. These are your dreams. God gave these dreams to you for a specific reason. Okay? He's designed you for a specific purpose. And when you're listening to somebody else, you got to understand what your dreams are. I told this story before, but I'm going to share it again. My wife comes from a family of educators. Her father was started out as a teacher, high school principal, then moved on to become a provost of a college. My mother-in-law taught elementary school for like 35 years. My wife got into teaching. So teaching is a profession where your education is a profession where you're probably not going to get fired unless you're just horrible or you do something real bad, right? So that's very steady. That vertical is very steady. Now, myself, after I came out of college, I went into corporate America, but I always had this entrepreneurial itch that I wanted to scratch. My dad was an entrepreneur after he left corporate America. My great grandfather was an entrepreneur, so it was kind of in my bloodline. And so the dynamic was totally different. My dreams, right, were mine. They weren't my wife's dreams. They weren't my in-laws' dreams. I wanted to be an entrepreneur. And when I became an entrepreneur 20 plus years ago, it wasn't cool like it is now. Now everybody and their grandmom is a founder. But when you leave a six-figure job back then to be an entrepreneur, people look at you like you were crazy. But once again, I had to understand what my dream was. I had to stay true to myself and my dream, because my dream wasn't given to my wife. It wasn't given to my in-laws, my brothers, sister, aunts, uncles, whatever. It was given specifically to me. And I have been equipped to fulfill that dream. I just have to hone it, tap into it, and continue to work on it. And what we're talking about, guys, the number one reason why most entrepreneurs are not successful, and the answer is you're not doing what you're designed to do. Solution number one, understand what you truly want. Number two, stay true to yourself and your dreams. Number three, get a mentor or a guide. Get a mentor or a guide. You want somebody that has done it before. Whatever you're trying to do, find somebody that has done it or is doing it right now at a higher level than you. And I just want to say, you can be a mentor as long as you're several steps ahead of your mentee. You don't have to be a world-renowned entrepreneur or whatever, chemist or whatever you are. You can be a mentor as long as you're a few steps ahead of your mentee. All right. So those of you that want to serve, and we're all here for service, make sure don't shortchange yourself. You can help somebody get to where you are, and you don't have to be at the top of the mountain. As long as you're ahead of somebody else, trust me, you can be a mentor. So that was big for me. So after I almost lost it all, and I'm trying to reinvent myself and come on back and figure out what I want to do, I met a mentor by chance, and his name was George E. Curry. George Curry. Beautiful brother. I met him online. He used to work at National Newspapers Publishers Association, which was the organization for all the black newspapers. And I was telling him, and I reached out to him on the humbug. He was in D.C., and I was telling him, hey, Mr. Curry, you don't know me from a can of paint, but I want to talk to you about building a platform for black entrepreneurs. Now, he's a journalist. He used to run Emerge magazine. For those of you that are too young to remember Emerge, that was a black magazine. It was like almost like a combination of Black Enterprise and Ebony or Jet. So it had a lot of business stuff in there in addition to things that were going on in society. So it was a great magazine. Matter of fact, Bob Johnson, the founder of BET, was one of the main shareholders, and he actually hired my mentor, George Curry. And so when I started the podcast, he said, look, man, come on up to DC and we're going to talk. Now, I'm in Philly. He didn't know me from a can of paint. And I said, you know what? Hey, I'm taking this opportunity. This man sat down. He's good friends with Bob Johnson, got him on his phone. He has a whole bunch of contacts, prominent black entrepreneurs. This will be great for me for my podcast. And I came up there, and the first time I came up there, he's like, man, how you going to make money with this podcast? What are you doing? What are your objectives? And he started talking about the magazine and some of the things that they had done. And I said, Mr. Curry, I'm not really sure. And we used to talk probably once a week for an hour at a time. And this is somebody that didn't know me from a can of paint, that took the time to mentor me. Now, it's funny, the next time I went up there, my oldest daughter was home from college, and I'm used to running stuff, right? That's what I do. I run things. Right. So I said, babe, you want to go up with me to DC? Then we stop and get some dinner on the way home. I want you to meet one of my mentors, Mr. Curry. She was like, sure, Dad. So we go up there and we're in the meeting and Mr. Curry is firing these questions at me. You know, he said, Jones, what you going to do? How you going to monetize? How you going to do this? How you going to do that? And my daughter, after we left, she was cracking up. She was like, Dad, I ain't never seen you tongue tied like that. But that's what I needed. I needed somebody to push me, to make me think outside of my box onto how I can grow my business. And so one of the solutions, guys, is get a mentor or a guide, somebody that is doing what you already done. The hell with all the theory. We want practical application. I want to talk to somebody that's done it or is doing what I want to do. Okay? If you want to be a successful entrepreneur, you don't talk to the person that works in corporate America that's scared to jump out on their own. Yeah, they may give you some ideas or whatever, but you want to talk to the person that is a professional entrepreneur. What's a professional entrepreneur? That means I make money by being an entrepreneur. Okay? You can be a play entrepreneur or you can be a professional entrepreneur. But that's somebody that understands that entrepreneurship is a profession. They've taken their time, their resources, their energy to invest to become a professional entrepreneur. They're not playing with it, they're doing it. And what we're talking about is some solutions that are going to help you do what you're designed to do. And the last one, number, 4? Systematically formulate and execute your plan. Systematically formulate and execute your plan to do what you were designed to do. You were built for something specific. Once you identify that, you need to systematically formulate and execute your plan. I talked in several episodes before about there's only 3 things that an entrepreneur does: think, create, and execute. All right. Thinking is the easiest thing. You can think up many different business ideas and all types of stuff. That's the easy part, right? That's why a lot of you aren't doing what you're designed to do right now, because you're thinking too much. You're like, man, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to start this business. Get one business thing down first before you start even thinking about number 2. So thinking is the easy part. The next hardest part is creating. Think, create, and execute. Creation is creating your systems, creating your products or services, creating what you're going to sell. All of that type of stuff. That's a little harder than the thinking. And the hardest part is the execution. And that's where a lot of people fail. They cannot execute on their plan. You can have the greatest plan out there, but you lack execution. Think, create, and execute. So you need to systematically formulate and execute your plan to actually do what you were designed to do. And unfortunately, guys, most people don't know how to do that. Before we close it on out, guys, I just want to share with you once again, make sure you go check out mylifestyletransformation.com, mylifestyletransformation.com. I promise you, you're going to be glad that you checked it out. And it's really a short video where I'm telling you a story and I'm giving you an opportunity to transform your life. Now, I talked about something just now about getting a mentor or a guide. Now, I've been blessed to be able to transform my life and live in my genius. So after I came out of my last tragedy where I almost lost it all with my mortgage business, I created a system that I want to share with you to help you transform your lifestyle. And I don't say transform your life. I'm talking about lifestyle, the way you live, how you align your business around your lifestyle, not your lifestyle around your business. Now, before we close on out, guys, let me share all of my resource links and contact information. And I'm going to keep it short and simple, guys. The best way to get all of this information is go to the website, blackentrepreneurBlueprint.com. blackentrepreneurBlueprint.com. If you're lazy, you can take the shortcut, BEBconnect.com. All my online courses, all my books, all the resources are on the website. So, but let me just tell you real quick. Anything long, if you want to connect with me, hit me on my email address, jjones@blackentrepreneurBlueprint.com, JAYJONES at blackentrepreneurBlueprint.com, Facebook, Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, Twitter, jjones001, JAYJONES001, Instagram, I have 2 IG accounts, The first one is J Jones for Real, JAYJONES, the number 4, REAL. Second one is Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Also, LinkedIn, connect with me there. Just search for J Jones Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. We have additional content on YouTube that is not on the show. Go to YouTube, type in Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, hit the subscribe button. Also, if you're on Clubhouse, which I'm there, but I'm really not there, you can connect with me at I am J Jones. Now, in terms of all my online courses, the whole BEB ecosystem, go to the website, the front page, blackentrepreneurblueprint.com. You'll see BEB Academy is on there. You'll also see brandbuilderacademy.com if you're interested in building an online e-commerce business of physical products or digital products. And also, I mentioned at the top of the show, BEBacademy.com. Get 3 days free access to our online learning portal. And this is how you use the website, guys. Go to the website, Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, hit the Learn tab, and there's going to be a drop down. You'll be able to get resources on so many different topics: marketing, e-commerce, strategy and mindset, scaling your business, all types of different content there. And they could be in the form of a podcast, an online course. It could be a PDF. It could be an article. But that's why we created the website, to be the resource for Black entrepreneurs. So everything I just talked about, even my contact information, is on the website. If you click the About button, under my bio, they have links to all of my social media contact information. Now, before we close on out, guys, I say this each and every week, but it is true. We get more and more downloads because of you, the BEB family. Please continue to spread the word about the podcast, the new revised website, blackentrepreneurblueprint.com. Everything I talked about is there. Make sure you use it and utilize the resources and tools on there. Remember, guys, it's not about me. It's not about you. It's about us. It's about building an economic power base in the worldwide Black community by building and supporting Black-owned businesses. Love you guys. See you same time next week. Peace.